I made 8R last month, and this is what happened, what I'm changing, and what I'm doing for next month. We're basically wrapping up the month, and I'm kind of shifting my view set going into April. We're going to be upping the risk. We are going to be aiming for certain payouts, a couple payouts, and we're just going to be aiming for some other goals overall. Quick recap of my month, basically. Not super accurate, it's a little bit hard to see, but basically we closed every single week green, as you can see here on the side, and we made about, I want to say 3,300 on the month. It would have been a lot more with 8R, but in the first, I don't know if you can see here, but in the first 2 weeks, we were on less risk because we had one less account. So if we were on full risk for the full risk that I'm at now, for the whole month, we would have probably made somewhere over 5K. But I mean, that's all right for me. We still do have next couple of days in March, so technically we can add to the month. I'm just more viewing it as that was the last full week of March, and next week has some of April. So I'm kind of just shifting for the next month and just prepping for that in my mind. So pretty good month. I mean, it wasn't like anything outstanding. It was just slightly, maybe around average, just maybe even slightly below average for me on a month for 8R. I think my stats are averaging somewhere around 9R average per month. So, I mean, that was right at that point. So it's not too crazy. So that's why going into next month, we are going to be achieving above average. We're not going, our goal isn't to be average, it's to be above average. That's kind of what trading is anyways. So we're going to be doing that. Upping the risk, we are going to be transitioning from 600 risk per trade to 1,000. We added one more Tradeify account, so we're now at 2 Tradeify instant fundeds, and then we have the one funded next funded. So we have 250K in funding to trade with right now, and then we're going for 1,000 per trade. We do have 3 evals that are coming through. We should have those passed this month. Those are also funded next accounts, and then we'll have them pass next month. We'll have them pass in April. And then going into May, we should have those 3 accounts, and that will just be the extra risk for going into May. With upping your risk, it's not based on trying to make more money. It's not based on being emotional, trying to just do better by upping the risk. Hey, I want to make more money. To do that, up the risk. That's not why you should be doing it as a trader. That's not why I'm doing it. I'm doing it because my stats and my recorded trades show that I should be doing it. And a key point to that is you shouldn't increase your risk because you're greedy. Increase it because the data says you should. So making 8R, I traded very well emotionally. I stuck to my rules a lot of the time, and I wasn't emotional about the increased risk going from, I think we're starting at 400 beginning of the month and we went to 600. So that transition right there already didn't affect me. So I know that myself, I'm gonna be able to handle the extra risk. You gotta be able to handle the risk. You gotta be able to be fine with losing that amount of money right away in one trade and not letting it blow anything up, not letting it hurt you or revenge trading from that. So that's why next month going in, I do plan to scale every single month up and up until we hopefully reach my profit goal for the year. So we will just be slowly scaling every month, and then starting with the next month, we're going to be doing that as well. So we do have the other account. It's on with the copy trader, and we will be trading it just as normal, just with an extra dollar amount per trade. So the goals for this month, April, at least 1 to 2 payouts potentially on the Tradeify account. Possibly a payout on the funded next account, and then to pass all 3 of the funded next evals. So what that looks like is potentially maybe around 3K in payouts to my account, potentially in that range. I don't want to be like super specific, but that's just what it's looking like potentially. The chances of a 10K month is there. That'd be slightly above my average R per month, but who knows what happens. We'll see what that looks like. I'm not going to go basing my month off of trying to make 10K, because trying to trade based off of making money is already something you don't want to do. You want to trade well, and the stats will reflect how well you're trading, and you can't really change how much money you make unless you're trading against your strategy or trading incorrectly, and most of the time, most likely, that's going to just make you lose money instead of gain you extra money. So we are not trying to do that. We're going to trade well, and if we can make 10K, hey, that'll be crazy. That'd be super awesome to make, but I'm not gonna really strive to do that. We're not gonna be focusing on that going into the month. So for next month, I'm gonna set a bunch of goals, and we're gonna be having like pillars of things to work on, things to kind of like strive after, certain things that if I can complete, I know I'm getting closer to my goals with. And you really, as traders, you need to have, not even just traders, but like as in your life, you should have goals. You should have yearly goals, monthly goals, weekly goals, even daily goals. And you want to have these things that if you can complete these, climbing up the ladder, then you're going to make your yearly goal if they all reflect that, and you're hitting them consistently. So every week I have my whiteboard up here. I write a bunch of different goals here. We have like 7 sections here, and I usually write off different goals or mindset things. Right here on the bottom, we have want it more and outwork everyone. So that's kind of the mindset that I have. That one usually stays there all the time, because that's the mindset I really want to have. Is I want to work hard. I want to outwork everyone that is competing with me, and I feel like I do a pretty good job sometimes with that. I can't obviously say that's always, but that's something I really want to strive after. So that is something that I have on here. And then I'll just write other goals. I'll reflect my trades from the last week, and we'll see what did wrong, what did right. We'll write that up there to have my eye out for those things. If there are certain trades that I entered too early without a 5-minute break, I put that on there. Make sure that I'm not doing that, because almost always that's one of my biggest things, like setup wise, that I break, that will make me lose money because the trade doesn't play out all the way. That 5-minute break, I'll put that right on the board. Make sure I'm looking at that every single day going into the markets. And then monthly wise, I don't have a whole lot of goals. I usually have smaller goals, a smaller amount of goals, maybe like 2 roughly. And then we have a profit target rough estimate. Usually I like to set that lower, because really to always view a profit target and to focus all of your trading based off of that, it's not something good to do. You don't want to be trading, trying to make money, like I always say. So I usually set something reasonable, and I base it off of R more than a dollar amount, because you could go into a trade with half risk because the conditions are bad, and it's not really your fault. It's the market is bad, so you don't want to risk it. So I'll put it in R, and then I know my trading's good, because that trade can make 2.5 RR, and then I'll put that up there. Maybe it made half the money, but I know the trade was solid, so I'll put that up there, and we'll just work towards that as the month goes on. Having goals is very important, because you know if you're getting closer to your main goals, your top goals, your yearly goals, and if you're falling behind. So if you're, let's say a monthly goal is to journal 15 trades, or let's say monthly goals to back test, let's say back test 50 trades, something like that. If you get through that month and you don't make that, then you're even more behind. Going into the next month, you're behind that first month that's there. And if that keeps building up, keep getting behind even more every single month, you get to that year and you're short 200, 500 trades that you wanted to have done at the end of the year. And instead, every single month was less and less, so you were not getting as close to your goals. And if the other way, you could be going for 15 trades per month, let's say 50 trades back tested per month, and you actually do 75, you're just getting ahead every single month. And that goes to the outworking everyone. If you keep compounding and getting further ahead than everyone else every single month, by the end of the year, you're going to be so much further ahead. That's why it's good to have goals and to have some things to work at, some things to know that you're working better at, or some things to know you're lacking in. only 2% of traders make it long term. That's like a known fact. Like payout wise, prop firms have shown that I think it's around 1% potentially in that range for traders that actually get a prop firm payout, and everyone else fails. They fail their evals, they fail their funded accounts, they never get a payout. So that's something known out there, that very low percent of traders make it. The number doesn't scare me because that it shows what's required. You're required to work 99% harder than everybody else. You have to outwork all those people. And I would say that most of the people don't even work that hard. They aren't doing the simple things. They're not being consistent with their trading. They're not journaling. They're not keeping track of their stats, and they're not bookkeeping well, and they're not tracking how much they're making if they're going up or down. Overall, it's hard to make it, but it's easier to get ahead of other people because some people just aren't putting in the work. It's simple things, but the simple things people give up on because they get emotional about it. You can definitely do it as a trader, but just seeing that you have to be in the top 1%, it's telling you something, that you have to beat these 99% of people. And it can be easy at times, it can be hard, but it's just showing you the competition. So if you can't be doing the things that setting goals and trying to work harder towards your goals, then most likely someone's outworking you. Someone's going to get ahead of you in that 1%, and you're going to be the 99. So coming next to the channel, as the month goes into, we are going to have a vlog. We're actually recording a vlog tomorrow. I actually have my car back finally, so we're going to be driving that around. I do have to edit the last vlog and might combine them into one. So we're going to be doing some vlog stuff. I'm going to be focusing on trading a lot more. The short form stuff, we have AI assisting me with that, so I don't have to put as much time into that. I do want to back test a lot more this coming month. So I'm going to try not to do too much content, but I'm going to still recap every one of my trades, and then do a vlog here and there because I think those are fun to do. So yeah, I hope you guys stay tuned. If this helped, you know what to do. I'm hoping to do these very raw videos and educate you guys and show that anyone can do this if you put the work in and you actually have the desire for it as much as I do. I'm just a 20-year-old guy who likes cars and tries to make money, goes to the gym. So I'm nothing crazy, I'm nothing special. I just put in a lot of work and I have a lot of desire to make this work. I'm gonna keep going for it and hope you guys stay along with me for the ride. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.